A very good evening to all. When we pray with faith, we express it through a sincere thanks to God. Here, I recall the Almighty. For those of you just joining us, a warm welcome from the entire Department of Botany in collaboration with the Department of Zoology and IQAC SBI College Warur. We wholeheartedly invite you to the national webinar on the topic Effect of Lockdown Coronavirus on Environment. I, in behalf of the entire crew, invite the Honorable Resource Person Dr. Rajkumar Khapekar. Sir, we are glad to have your esteemed presence here with a firm belief that your words would surely be enshrined in our heart. I also invite Chairperson Dr. M.R. Renuga, Principal SVR College Varur, Co-Convener Dr. Jaykumar K., Assistant Professor and Head of Department of Botany, Convener Dr. Preeta Pillai, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, and other coordinators, faculty members, research scholars, and dear participants. Now, we come to the official addressing of the program. It's our responsibility to make you feel tranquil here. For that, I invite Dr. Jaykumar K., the head of Botany Department, for welcoming speech. Sir, please.
Thank you, Anjana. Myself, Dr. K. Jaykumar, Assistant Professor and Head of PG Department of Botany, Sri Vidhyadiraj NSS College. Let me discharge my duty, that is to welcome the Chief Guest and all the participants to the national webinar on effect of lockdown coronavirus on environment, organized by Post-Graduation Department of Botany in association with Department of Zoology and IQAC, Sri Vidhyadiraj NSS College. First, I would welcome the president of this webinar, Dr. M.R. Renuga, respected principal of our college. I extend sincere thanks for providing us all kind of timely support and creative suggestions in materializing this webinar. I welcome you, ma'am, on behalf of my own self and on behalf of all the participants gathered here.
Thank you.
Now, I welcome the chief guest, the resource person of today's national webinar, Dr. Rajkumar R. Khapekar, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Botany, D.R.B. Sindhu Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Currently, he is a member of many academic and non-academic bodies. Few of them are mentioning here. He served in various divisions of National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, Nagpur. He is a member board of studies in the Board Extension Education in Faculty of Science and Technology, R.T.M, Nagpur University. He is also a member board of studies in Maharashtra State Bureau Textbook Production and Curriculum Development, Balbharti, Pune. He is an executive member of Marathi Vidnyan Parishad, Nagpur, and volunteer Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, Government of India. He was a former honorable member of the court, Dibrugarh University, Assam, and also a former member board of studies in the subject Environmental Science, Gondwana University. Academically, he possesses an excellent track record. He is a recipient of various awards, fellowships, and recantations. He got award of Research Associateship by Ministry of Environment and Forest, Government of India in 2007. He is a winner of Young Scientist Award by UGC and R.T.M Nagpur University in 2008. He was awarded Ideal Teacher Award and National Environment Front Award in 2010 by Government of Maharashtra. He received National Fellowship for Outstanding Contribution in the field of Environmental Science in 2008 from Society of Environmental Science. He bagged Gold Medal for Young Scientist Award by International Council for Man and Nature and International Society of Science and Technology in 2012. He was honored with prestigious Sir Jagdish Chandra Bose National Award for Excellence in Botany in 2014 by Mahatma Phule Talent Research Academy in Nagpur. He has research collaborations with many national and international bodies. He has several book publications and national and international research publications. We are extremely happy, and it is a prestigious moment for Department of Botany as well as Sri Vidhyadiraja NSS College for having you as chief guest and resource person for today's program. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of my own self, on behalf of Department of Botany, Department of Zoology and IQAC, and on behalf of all the participants gathered here.
Thank you, sir. Success of an endeavor depends greatly on the foundation. SBI College is glad to have Dr. Renugamas as our principal, the driving force behind all of us who hold everything under her warm, caring hands. I, with most respect, invite Renuga ma'am for presidential address. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Audible.
thank you. Good evening and warm greetings to all. Honorable resource person of webinar, Dr. Rajkumar R. Khapekar, accuracy coordinator of our college, Dr. Preeti K.N., head of the Department of Botany, Dr. K. Jayagumar, convener of today's webinar, Dr. Prita Pillai, my colleagues in the departments of Botany and Zoology, faculty members and research scholars from other esteemed institutions, and dear students. First of all, I take this opportunity to congratulate Postgraduate Department of Botany for organizing a webinar on such a relevant topic, the effect of lockdown, coronavirus on environment. Even though such episodes of epidemic outbreaks may have originated due to some impact of environmental pollution, the pandemic situation significantly have improved the air quality in different cities across the world. All countries all over the world have implemented some sort of lockdown to slow down the spreading of the infection. This type of interferences imparted some positive impact on various environmental issues prevail, such as air pollution, water pollution, etc. I hope this webinar will give an insight into such ecological impacts and wish all the success to the webinar. I also take this opportunity to thank Dr. Rajkumar R. Khapekar. As all of you have heard that Dr. K. Jayagumar have detailed, we are very lucky to have him. And I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Rajkumar R. Khapekar for being with us today as resource person to this webinar and for sharing with us the details in this regard. We are also thankful to all the participants for the for their interest in this webinar. Once again, I wish all success to the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm profusely overjoyed to take the opportunity to introduce our chief guest of the day, Dr. Rajkumar R. Khapekar, Associate Professor and Head Department of Botany, D.R.B. Sindhu Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anjana. Hello.
Yes, sir. Now it's audible. Sir,
Okay.
sir, please
Huh.
proceed.
Yes. Thank you, Anjana. Thank you, Madam Renuka. And thank you very much, Mr. Jai Kumar, Dr. Jai Kumar, for my introduction. Chairperson of this national webinar, Dr. M.R. Renuka, Principal SVR College, Vazur. Convener, Dr. Prita Pillai. Co-convener, Dr. Jai Kumar, Head of the Department of Botany. IQAC Coordinator, and all organizing committee members, technical staff, and my dear students who joined this webinar from various parts of the India and your state itself also. My dear friends, today I would like to share some of my views on effect of lockdown, coronavirus on environment. And basically my presentation will be based on aspects related to COVID-19, obviously, some current issues like global warming, anthropogenic activities, and issues related with the water crisis also. So before I could go further, let me take the opportunity to share my screen first. I'm sharing my screen now. So let me know my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So on my behalf also, I would like to welcome you all this in this particular national webinar, Effect of Lockdown Coronaviruses on the Environment, on February 27, 2021. This is Dr. Rajkumar Khapekar from this end. My dear friend, every year we celebrated so many days which is related to the environment. I would like to share some of the important days. Like on 22nd April, we used to celebrate Earth Day, and the theme of this particular this year's Earth Day was climate action. On 22nd May, we used to celebrate International Day for Biological Diversity, and this year the theme was our solution in nature. On 5th June, every year we used to celebrate World Environment Day, and the theme of that particular day this year was celebrate biodiversity. And my dear friend, I would like to drag your attention on this particular day, that is 28th July, World Nature Conservation Day. But my dear friend, this year the global theme was not decided because of COVID-19 pandemic. I would like to say this word again. This year the theme was not decided because of the COVID-19 pandemic. As very rightly said by Madam Principal, that this pandemic is all over the world, and world is altogether shaken. And obviously the India and different parts of the world is already shaken. If you are talking about the situation in Maharashtra and Nagpur, we in Nagpur and Maharashtra are facing so many problems because the pandemic situation is getting worse nowadays in this particular area. So let us think and let us churn regarding this issue also with other issues of the environment. At the beginning, on the beginning of this particular my presentation, I would like to say that great job guys, our earth is dying. When I'm saying that the earth is dying and I'm saying that it is a great job, I would like to extend my best wishes or good wishes for what? For the earth is dying. My question is that how many of you would like to take my best wishes or good words for this particular thing, that earth is dying? Many of you might be thinking that the person who is in front of you, what rubbish, rather than he's saying that earth is dying, and for that he is extending his congratulations and good wishes to all of you. My dear friends, this I am saying very sarcastically. When I am saying that earth is dying, then question arises, who is responsible for the process of dying of the earth? My dear friend, I must say that our earth, our mother earth, is in a very pathetic condition, and it's all because of you and me also. It's all because of the anthropogenic activities. The earth is dying. The condition of earth is very pathetic nowadays. When we are saying that earth is dying, there are several aspects. One of the question is that, is the world is getting really warmer? And if it is so, the action of mankind to blame the earth's temperature increase, and what can or what we should done about these issues, let us see. My dear friends, this is a picture, rather than this is a graph shared by the IPCC, that means Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change. And if we carefully see this graph, we can see easily the temperature of the earth is rising very drastically day by day, year by year. When we are talking about the year wise, in 2007 the temperature is like that, and already we are in 2020, and it is expected that it increases the risk of extinction of 20 to 30% of the known species of the most coral bleach island. And if the condition is like that, the day will come, the very drastic and very pathetic condition will come, and the condition may like that the extinction of more than 40% of the known species of global economic losses, or up to the 5% of the GDP. That means the condition is very pathetic. And I'm not saying that. The Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change is saying that. So that means the condition is very pathetic, very crucial, and very critical also. Let us have a look of this particular slide. This is Oakjokul Glacier, which is located in the western island of the top of the volcano. It is called as Oakjokul. In the year 1986, you can see that the white color, that means the snow, the entire area is covered by the snow, and the same picture was taken in 2019, and here you can see all the snow was melted. Then question is arise, what happened by this particular Oakjokul mountain is melted, and officially the government of Oakjokul has put a plaque on this particular area, and they are written there a letter to the future. That means Oakjokul is the first islandic glacier to lose its status as a glacier. In the next 200 years, all the glaciers are expected to follow the same path. And my dear friends, I would like to drag your attention here. This was happened in August 2019. That means last few years back, last 2 years back. That means the Oakjokul island has lost the status of the glacier. All the Oakjokul island was melted now. Let us have a picture of this particular island. This is the Mount Kilimanjaro in the it is Africa's highest mountain. The same picture was taken in the 1993, and here you can see the area is fully covered by the ice. Then the picture was taken in way back in 2000, and you can see here clearly most of the ice or most of the snow is melted now. It is calculated that this particular mountain Kilimanjaro is shrunk by 80%. And my dear friend, this picture was also taken way back in 2000. Now it is 2020. I don't know what is the current situation of that particular area. That means it is clear that somehow the temperature of the earth is increasing year by year, and it is very drastic in last few years. When we are saying that the global warming, it is nothing but the average increase of the temperature of the earth atmosphere. Everyone is know. I would like to drag your attention in this particular graph. This is the graph which is shared by the NASA, and here you can see that the drastic increase of the temperature in last few years. That means now it is confirmed that the temperature of the earth is increasing day by day, and I would like to say that the condition may be pathetic during forthcoming years. When we are saying that the greenhouse effect and temperature increase, greenhouse effect, actually what exactly the greenhouse? The greenhouse is nothing but it is a natural phenomenon which is very necessary for the earth also, but it's all because of the rapid industrialization, population explosion, depletion of natural resources, modification of ecosystem. That means I can say that it's all because of some or various anthropogenic activities. The greenhouse effects and the global warming is increasing day by day. There are several gases which is responsible for the greenhouse phenomenon, but major is the carbon dioxide, methane, and some other also. Yes. When we are talking about the whole world is churning about the temperature of the earth is getting higher and the greenhouse gases are emitting day by day. Let us see who are the major, I can say, the culprits. China, United States, European Union, and my dear friends, we Indian also not lagging behind. We are on the 4th position for what? For emission of the total greenhouse gases in the world. So we are not here lagging behind. It's very crucial condition. Then what are the major consequences of the global warming? As I am saying that the temperature of the earth, as I am saying, supported by the so many documentary evidences that the temperature of the global temperature of the world is increasing. It is possibly rise. It's because of that particular phenomenon. The global warming causes polar ice sheets melts and it increases the sea level. Obviously, all the water after the melting of the polar caps and ice glaciers, where that all that water goes, obviously it will goes to the sea and it will possibly rise 18 centimeter by 2030 and 58 centimeter by 2019. It's all because of that the flooding situation may arises in all over the world. And very recently, my dear friend, we all have experienced the drastic the drastic event of Chamoli in the Uttarakhand. We have witnessed that in Chamoli, in Joshimath, the glacier was collapsed, and all the area of that particular area is vanished because of the massive flood in Uttarakhand. We have recently experienced that particular phenomenon on February 8th. At that means this month only. So environmentalists have claimed that climate change led to the burst of the part of the Nanda Devi glacier at Joshimath in Chamoli district of Uttarakhand on Sunday, February 8th. There is no doubt that global warming has resulted in the warming of this particular region. That means now it is very clear the drastic and a disastrous effect of global warming all over the world is facing, but now we in India also we are facing the effect of global warming. We can say that it's all because of the drastic Chamoli incident. We can say that it's all because of the global warming and the burst of that particular glacier. What another effect of that particular global warming, we have to see that effect. The loss of polar ice will have profound effect on the natural and the particular habitat of that particular area of the animals and on the plants also. Many of the world's islands will disappear beneath the sea. Yes, my dear friend, in the last previous slide I have clearly mentioned that the level of the sea ocean will go increase day by day because of the melting of the polar caps and the ice glaciers. And my dear friends, it is estimated that if the global warming continues, scientists say that the country would sink beneath the ocean within 100 years. The beautiful island like Maldives and other islands may be submerged under the water because of the temperature. The ice will melt, and obviously the water of that particular polar caps and ice glaciers will come into the ocean and the sea, and the level of the sea and ocean will increase, and it's all because of that the beautiful island like Maldives will be nowhere on the map of the world. It's all because of that the coastal flooding is there. Recently, last year also, we have experienced hurricanes like Amphan, and it will be more frequent and intense. It will happen in the place currently which is do not suffer. There are hurricanes like Amphan we have recently experienced last year, and it's all because of that drought and crop failure. Some part of the area will receive more rain, some part of the world's area will receive the less rain, and it's all because of that crop failure, the famine, which leads to the diseases like there are too many diseases which is related to the famine, and this could be common in countries that do not usually suffer. It may happen in the various areas of the world where previously such diseases will not occur, but it's all because of that particular condition. The various areas of the world might be suffer due to some reason. Yes, I have already clear that some area will receive more flood, more rain. The flooding situation is there. The effect of let us see the effect of global warming on land animals. Yes, global warming can disrupt the migration and hibernation and reproductive cycle of certain types of animals. Yes, global warming have prominent effect on the various floras and faunas of the various parts of the world. Let us see the health and the global warming. Extreme temperature can directly cause the loss of life of flora and fauna, and warmer weather provides an ideal breeding environment for mosquitoes, which may increase the disease like dengue fever, malaria, yellow fever, etc. In last year itself, in the various areas of Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Punjab, we have experienced the attack of locusts in many parts of the India, many parts of the world, including India also. And my dear friends, this is also results of climate change like late monsoon and recurring cyclone. See, there are different types of the issues, and there are different types of the effects of the global warming, which the world is facing. So what are the solution? The possible solution are, we have to use the greener energies like solar power, wind power, etc. We have to stop the cutting of the jungles. Then we have to, in household as well as in the industry, we have to use energy efficient equipments. We have to stop the extra excavation of the minerals and the ore from the various parts of the earth. Obviously, we have to maintain our biodiversity, and by changing our lifestyle, we can combat with that particular situation somehow. These are the takeaway points. Then my question arises here. My question, I would like to read my question here directly. Is there any correlation between global pandemic COVID-19 and global warming, that is climate change? Have you understand what I mean to say? What is my question? Let me speak once again. Let me read once again. Is there any correlation between global pandemic COVID-19, global warming, and climate change? At the outset, in the beginning itself, I would like to clear that still there is no scientific evidence to believe that outbreak of global pandemic 19 is a result of climate change. There are so many different theories why this outbreak is happening in the entire world, but it is clear that there is no scientific evidence to believe that outbreak of global pandemic 19 is a result of climate change. But my dear friends, yes, human hypermobility, what I was talking about, the anthropogenic activity, human hypermobility all over the globe has favored the spread of infectious coronavirus in entire world. It's all because of the anthropogenic activities, human hypermobility, because of the carbon dioxide and other gases was not there, and as a result of that, the air quality of major air quality of the different parts of the world was good at that particular lockdown period. Pollution in rivers all over the world is also decreased. Let me share some of the photographs. Yes, I have taken all the photographs from internet itself, and I would like to drag your attention for the comparison of the situation before the lockdown and during the lockdown. My dear friends, you can see that the condition of the river Ganga in the Haridwar before the lockdown was very pathetic, but during the it is estimated by Pollution Control Board of that particular area that the water near the Haridwar or Rishikesh, that was so good that one can easily drink that water. It is mentioned by the Pollution Control Authority of that particular area. Then you can see the before picture of the Talwel wetland at the Thane, Mumbai, and during the wetland. During the wetland, the water was so clear and the environmental condition was so good that the migratory birds like flamingos was visited there. So you can compare. I would like to share some of few slides. The air quality of the India Gate in Delhi, you can see that the air quality before the lockdown and during the lockdown. Same type of situation was also there in the Milan city in the Italy. You can see the before lockdown photographs and the during the lockdown photographs. You can see the drastic change of that particular area. The picture was taken at the same places before the lockdown and during the lockdown. Yes, you can see that the gondolas and the bad condition of water in the Grand Canal in the Venice before the lockdown and the water condition during the lockdown in the Grand Canal of the Venice. Yes, this is one of the polluted river in the India and the world, that is the Yamuna River. You can see the pathetic condition of the Yamuna River before the lockdown and during the lockdown. You can see the clear water is flowing in the Yamuna River in the Delhi during the lockdown period. You can see that here the Kangra Valley in the Himachal Pradesh, we experience the scenic beauty of the beautiful Himalaya hundreds of kilometers away from that particular area. It's all why? Because during that time there was no air pollution. That means the air pollution was so the level of air pollution was so less that we have experienced the scenic beauty of the Himalaya from hundreds of kilometers away. Same situation was experienced in San Gabriel in Los Angeles. This type of pictures we have came across during WhatsApp and Facebook also. Due to Corona lockdown, the animals was wandering here and there on the street because there was very less mobility of the traffic. So the animals was wandering here and there on that particular that particular days. Then my question arises here again. Then should we consider COVID-19, that means the lockdown or the coronavirus, is good for nature? I would like to repeat my question. Then should we consider that COVID-19 or lockdown because of coronavirus is good for nature? Is it really so? Let us check it out. No, not at all. Firstly, I would like to say this is very temporary drop in the pollution, and so long as the coronavirus crisis persists, various economic activities reduced and emission will remain relatively low. But after the lockdown is over, you and me experience the situation when the economic machinery take their action as previously, the pollution level will obviously go on increasing, and now we are experiencing that the pollution level of any of the either area is increases as compared to the pollution level of water or air during the lockdown period. But my dear friends, not all the environmental consequences of the crisis have been positive. I would like to share some of views. When we are saying that, when some of my friends will might be thinking that because of the lockdown, all the situation of the environment becomes good, but it is not like that. During the pandemic situation or during the lockdown period, volume of unrecyclable waste have risen, and because of that severe cuts in agricultural and fishery export. Because why I'm saying that? Because during that particular lockdown period, the transportation was stopped during that particular days, and it's all because of the fishery products and the agricultural products are rotten, and it's all because of the waste and the rotten. The methane emission was very high during those days. Then maintenance of monitoring of natural ecosystem have been temporarily halted in that particular day. So illegal fishing, deforestation and hunting of animals may increase. I'm saying may increase, but it was increased. It is resulted that during that particular those days, the illegal fishing was increased in that particular area, in a very of the various area. In recycling center. So this situation, this condition also we have experienced. As I have already quoted that during the lockdown period, the poaching of the animals is increases. You can see that this is shared by the environmental studies and conservation group Jammu and Kashmir. The pangolin and some other animals were poached by in different areas during that particular days. So the condition was getting worse day by day and on that particular days also. And yes, some results, my dear friend, are already seen or surrounding environment. Who is responsible for this particular condition? In this particular picture, you can see that a man is holding so many used masks collected from the water body, and he is showing this mask to we people. Obviously, that mask was used by some peoples and it was thrown away, and it might be because of certain types of mask, the choking of drainage may happen, and the situation may get worse in coming days. My dear friend, one thing is very clear, that world will never be the same after the COVID-19 pandemic. Various non-government organization, government organization, constantly they are saying that how to protect from the COVID-19 virus by avoiding touching, avoiding close contact, covering of nose, clean hands, disinfection, and so on. Also, the World Health Organization is also saying that we have to wash our hands properly and frequently also. My dear friends, I would like to drag your attention in this particular area, that is washing of hands. Frequently wash our hands with soap and clean water. That WHO and other government organization is constantly saying that. But my dear friends, according to one survey, more than 40% of the global population do not have reliable access to safe water and soap in their homes. Then question arises, how the 40% of the global population will wash, and they are is washing their hands with water and the soap. My dear friend, this is very big question in front of all the humanity. This is very big question in front of all the humanity, all the scientists. It is also in front of you and me also. It is very pathetic. So this is saying by United States also, that it is the right of all the human beings to have sufficient, safe, affordable,
Sir, it's not audible. Rajkumar. Rajkumar.
हेलो भैया
Rajkumar.
so my dear friends,
थैंक यू
it's very crucial condition. Hence, conservation and proper utilization of water is utmost need of this particular era. Is it any problem?
Dear participants, please mute your microphone. Dear participants, please mute your microphone. Dear participants, it is a request to you all, please mute your microphone.
Yes, let us carry on. So if I as you all know very well, that almost 70% of the earth's surface is occupied by water, and out of that available water, 97% of water is present in the ocean. 1% of water is present in the lakes, ground, and in rivers and groundwater, and 2% of water is confined in the polar caps and glaciers. That means this 2% of water presently it is not usable, and 97% of water also is not usable. That means we have only 1% of water, and with this 1% of water we have to manage all our anthropogenic activities. If I can compare this pot of water with this mother earth, then I can say that, and if I consider that the fish is alive, then I must say by every passing minute and every passing second, the life is in danger. So it's our utmost duty to save our water and ultimately save life also. Why I am saying this particular thing very drastically? Because I have seen certain types of condition, and this is the photograph which is already taken from the internet, but I have seen particularly this type of condition from various area of Maharashtra and in various area of the India also, when I was working as an assistant scientist in a National Environmental Engineering Research Institute. During those days, we have visited so many areas. You can see that the people have to go miles away to fetch a single pail of water. They have to put their lives in danger to fetch single very little amount of water. And in area where the tankers come, so here you can see the people used to bring the water in that particular area in this way, and it's all because of the social social condition of that particular area is worsened day by day because of the scarcity of the water. My dear friends, it is clearly written in the Article 51A in the Indian Constitution that it shall be the duty of every citizens to protect the forest and improve the natural environment, forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creature. It is clearly written in the Article 51A in the Indian Constitution. But my question is that, do we really follow that Article 51A in the Indian Constitution? It's a question for you and for me also, my dear friend. So I would like to skip some of the slides and some of the topic also. But I would like to drag your attention that there are so many reservoirs of water, including lakes are one of the prominent reservoir of water, but it's all because of the anthropogenic activities. Most of the lakes, not only in India, but all over the world, is degraded, depleted, and contaminated because of the human activities. The main causes of the degradation is eutrophication, inflow of domestic sewage, agricultural runoff, and discharge of industrial effluent. This is the picture from South India itself, and here in that particular area, in most of the temple, there is a temple pond. But you can see that the pathetic condition of the temple pond in most of the areas, in not only in South India, but in various part of the India, the temple pond was not properly managed by the government organization or by the temple authorities. If we could manage this water properly, we can somehow solve the water crisis of that particular area. At least very little crisis we can solve. There are various types of water pollution. I don't want to go in the details, but the major pollutants are organic contaminants, inorganic contaminants, and so on. There are various sources of water pollution also. I don't want to discuss this thing. Yes, because of the discharge of the industrial effluents in the lakes and in the surrounding area, as well as the addition of the domestic waste in the lake, the water quality of that particular area becomes more worsen day by day. The various types of the parameters of the water in that particular area is already touches the pathetic level. This is also one of the condition in India and various part of the world. Yes, this particular type of the water pollution we can only see in the India and India only. This is because of the immersion of the idols in the nearby water bodies, and after the immersion of the water, holy deities idols in the water body, the pollution of that particular lake, river, or even the ocean is very drastically and dramatically changes, and the condition every year is worsening. This type of condition we have seen in Maharashtra, in Mumbai, and in Nagpur also. In West Bengal, you can see that it's all because of the immersion of the Lord Durga idols in that particular water body, and the condition is very pathetic every year. So these are the different types of the water pollution. I don't want to explain all these things, but these are the effects of water pollution, like eutrophication, algal bloom, obnoxious smell, increased BOD, and so on. And this bioaccumulation and biomagnification is also one of the effect of the water pollution. So I would like to discuss one case study with you in very nutshell manner. This is a Naik Lake which is situated in the Maharashtra, in the Nagpur, in the north area of the Nagpur. And here you can see the satellite imaginary. You can see that this area is very densely populated by the people, and people used to send their all the waste material directly into that particular lake, and as a result of that, the condition of the lake is very pathetic. You can see that the people used to throw all their domestic waste directly into that particular water body, and as a result of that, the water body, now I can say that the water body is dead. The water of this particular lake is not in a condition to drink or to take a bath or for any of the other purpose. So this I have shown in that particular Naik Lake in Nagpur, but certain types of the condition you can see in various parts of the India, isn't it? So during our investigation, we have investigated that particular lake according to the standards of the American Public Health Association, American Water Works Association, Water Pollution Control Federation, and during our investigation, we have encountered this particular values. Forget about all the values, but you just see the value which is written in the red color. If we are talking about the turbidity, the BIS value is 10, but we have encountered 54.4. The calcium, the magnesium, the iron, the selenium, and so many other values were more during our investigation. I would like to drag your attention towards particular this total coliform. The BIS value is the 50, but we have found 16,000 total coliform during our investigation in Naik Lake. I have just shown an example of the lake which is presented in the North Nagpur area, but I suppose this is the condition in various area of the India itself. You just have a look of the different algal species recorded during our investigation, and the algal species which is written in the red color, they are the pollution indicator species, and we have calculated the Palmer's pollution index, which we have calculated the value is 28. The Palmer's pollution indicator is nothing but it is a biotic index which is based on organic pollution indicator species. This is the scale, and we got the value 28. That means it indicates the lake is highly organically polluted. These are the certain species. I don't want to discuss all these species right now, because these are all the pollution indicator species. That means if that particular species we have encountered during our investigation, that means it clearly indicates that the pollution, the organic pollution of that particular area is very high. So till now we have discussed about the problems. Let us discuss certain ecological or the possible solution or the eco restoration of that particular water body, that is lake. So by installation of floating fountains should be done in order to make up the disturbed oxygen level. It will also help to uplift the aesthetic look of the lake. In various areas, we have seen that the water fountains are maintained. Why they are maintaining water fountains? It's all because of the agitation. The oxygen level of that particular area is maintained. It is just like the putting an aerator in our aquarium. In a particular household aquarium, you can see that if we put an aerator, the bubbles come out, and as a result of that, the oxygen is mixed in that particular water, and it's all because of that the oxygen level of that particular water body is maintained. Phytoremediation, this is obviously a certain different topic, but I don't want to explain much more in that particular area. But I would like to show certain certain things which Niri Nagpur and most of the scientific community is working out. That is the phytored technology. In this particular technology, the bed is constructed, and certain species of plant like Canna, Eichhornia, Typha, and so on are properly maintained. And in this technology, the water before entering to the actual lake, they used to flow that water in that particular area, and the plants have that capacity to absorb the pollutants, and somehow it is possible that we can reduce the pollution level in that particular area. Then artificial floating island is one of the one of the novel technique. In this particular techniques, on the bamboo rods or the PVC pipe, we used to grow the plants properly, and we used to allow the plants float on the surface of the water body, and the particular plants have that capacity to absorb the nutrients and certain pollutants from that area, and it's all because of that the lake or the water body may be clean in a very economic as well as in ecological ways. Constructed wetland, this is also one of the major I can say technique through which the water can be, the pollution of the water can be lowered down. Then for formulating stringent law is one of the way through which we can cut down the pollution level in various areas. But I suppose public awareness to the various areas, to the masses, is one of the major, one of the good things through which we can educate the peoples and aware the people regarding the pollutional hazards of the pollution, hazards of the pollutants of water, air, and environmental, so that mass public can aware, and they can spread the message of protection of the earth, protection of the environment to the other peoples also. My dear friend, I would like to drag your attention in this particular slide that today you, me, and whole world is facing the problem of pandemic COVID-19. And we all know it is not a waterborne disease. It is clear that it is not a waterborne disease. This is the least of the waterborne disease. But imagine, please patiently listen my word. Imagine if there would be any pandemic in future related to waterborne pathogen, then how the world will suffer tremendously. I would like to pray to God that such type of situation may not happen in the India and in the whole world. But imagine if there would be any pandemic in future related to waterborne pathogen, then how the world will suffer tremendously. Because we have very little resources of water, and we all have to use the water very judiciously. My dear friends, it's all because of the industrialization, heavy industrialization rather, urbanization and population explosion. The condition of water crisis is pathetic day by day, and it is worsening day by day. So it's our duty to use the water and the water resources very judiciously. I would like to tell you, every drop is count. You must keep one thing in your mind, that the water you have touches today, you are not able to touch that drop of water in your entire life. So it is so precious. So we this is the picture I have taken directly from the internet, and you can see that some peoples are bound to drink such a bad water, and any government or non-government organization have given them the personal water purification device. This condition, yes, I know it is not in India, and this condition may not be present in many of the part of the world, but I don't know, because of the personal water purification device, how much quantity of water is purified and how these peoples are drinking water. But I would like to pray to the God that certain type of condition may not happen in any of the other part of the world. So the condition is very pathetic. The condition is very crucial. So my dear friends, we need everyone's help to stop any of the other type of pollution. It's not your world. It's not my world. It's the world of all the creatures, all the floras and the faunas, all the microorganisms have equally right to live in this particular earth, in this particular mother earth, I can say. So my dear friends, let's tie our hands together, do your bit to protect and conserve our water resources, nature, and ultimately our mother earth. Thank you very much. I would like to rest here, and that's all from my side. I would like to ask the organizers, if someone want to ask me some question, the questions are welcome. Or you
Thank you,
can
sir.
write to me
Your wo-
also at my to my email address also. Just wait.
Thank you, sir. Your words meant a lot. Now, the audience may raise doubts either in the chat box or communicate in live if you have any.
You can directly write to me also on my mail ID. I have given mail ID to all the organizers. You can share your question. You can send your question to my mail ID also.
Sir, I think the section is clear.
Thank you very much.
Now, we come to the end of the program. Conveying our gratitude to all of you is also one of our priority. For that, I invite convener Dr. Preeta Pillai, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, for vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Anjana. A very good evening to all. Honorable Principal, distinguished resource person, guests, teachers, and dear participants. Myself, Dr. Preeta Pillai, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, S.V.R.N.S.S. College, Varur. On behalf of PG Department of Botany and Organizing Committee, I deem it a great pleasure and privilege to propose vote of thanks on this national webinar on effect of lockdown coronavirus on environment, organized by PG Department of Botany, Sri Vidyadhiraja NSS College, with the collaboration of Department of Zoology and IQAC. Before proceeding, let me show my deep regards and gratitude to our founder, Bharat Keshari, Sri Mannatha Padmanabhan. He was a social and visionary reformer and a freedom fighter. His visionary zeal and confirmed the establishment of Nair Service Society. I extend my respectful gratitude to our beloved principal, Dr. Renuka MR, for delivering the presidential remark and being our backbone and constantly motivating and inspiring us to conduct this webinar. It's been very interesting and very engaging last 1 hour of this webinar with our eminent resource person, Dr. Rajkumar R. Khapekar, Associate Professor and Head Department of Botany, D.R.B. Sindhu Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur, Maharashtra. Sir, yes, I know you very well, as we both worked together when we were doing
Yes.
our PhD degree. So I know I have seen your entire caliber that time itself, how dedicated and commitment was with for your PhD. So since
Thank you.
that time itself, I know you very well. So coming to the point, coming to your today's presentation, sir, yes, you started your topic with the days which we all are celebrating, like Earth Day, Biological World Environment Day, World Nature Day, etc. So these all celebration and its justification, how much we are justifying with these all celebrations. So you truly explained or started with this point, how the beautiful Mother Earth and the it has turned into the pathetic condition. You warned us with the rising impact of global warming. Truly, it was very interesting to see the Okojokul mountain and its warming situation of global warming. We also witnessed the impact of global warming at Nanda Devi Glacier. We all have seen this in the news channels and all, which has burst at Joshinath Chamoli incident, and Alfam hurricane. These all we have seen in the TV channel, news channels and all. But these all are the impact, truly the side effects of the global warming that we are witnessed here. We also witnessed the attack of locust that was really pathetic, really dangerous, and how the farmers impacted with that also we have seen. And here once again with the slide we have seen. So that also due to the global warming and its changes, that due to that it happened, that we understood. Sir, we really understood the correlation between global pandemic COVID-19 and climate change, and also experienced the human hypermobility, how the human hypermobility or anthropogenic impact distressed or affected the entire global situation. Sir, we also understood clearly about the lockdown period and the lockdown, how the COVID-19 has purified the air quality level. Although you explained it has clearly, you explained that the air quality has improved in major cities, but you also said lockdown, which was very fascinating, which was affected coronavirus, or due to this coronavirus, which was healed our Mother Earth. But you tried to elaborate the actual situation, how the volume of unrecyclable waste increased and worsened the situation. So altogether, it was an outstanding and relevant topic with present scenario. Last topic which you said with a small proverb, that was, it's not your earth, it's not mine earth, it's our earth. Truly, sir, this is really interesting topic. It was really nice words. We should keep this in our heart. If we are working on it, definitely it will turn our earth. So on behalf of PG Department of Botany, SVRNSS College, expressing sincere thanks and gratitude to you for sparing your busy schedule to grace this webinar. Sir, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rita madam, and principal madam and entire team of NSS college for inviting me on this particular day and given me opportunity to talk or to share some of my views on this particular aspect. Thank you very much from my side.
I would further extend my sincere thanks to our collaborator, Zoology Department and IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Preeti KN, for their unconditional help towards this webinar. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the immense contribution of our dedicated faculty members of this department, Dr. Jayakumar K, Dr. Head of the department and co-convener of this webinar, Dr. Rajesh MG, Assistant Professor, Shruti CC, Assistant Professor, Dr. Prashant S. Kumar, Guest Faculty, MS Adina Shaji, Guest Faculty, Gokul Ji Nair, Guest Faculty, Department of Zoology, for their consistent commitment and help. Thank you all for being with me for this all webinar. I have been touched and impressed by the participants from across the country, India, we can say, so who choose to be live with us and attended this national webinar with great enthusiasm and made this webinar a great success. Thank you all. Last, not the least, the gratitude to our technical support team, Babin P, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Ramya S. Nair, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, for their exceptional help for this webinar organization in terms of technical support. We will be always thankful to you both. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
ma'am.
Thank you.